Hello there! This is Music Man 0150, also known as Gary. And yes, I am back with another video. And believe it or not, today is the 6th anniversary for the digital TV transition. And that's why you see the 6 televisions set up on my workbench. Because what we're going to do is we're going to simulate the digital transition happenings that really occurred 6 years ago today, June 12th, 2009. And that's right, today is June 12th, 2015. And you can see I got all my, well, not all my RCA portables up, but at least 6 of them. And they're all simulated with analog signals from my video senders. And remember, those senders only broadcast up to 500 feet radius. So if I was to go outside of my house here, all these signals would not be picked up at all. But they are being picked up here in the house. In fact, you can see on the top middle TV how weak that signal is. And that's just coming from my music studio, which is only about maybe about 40 to 50 feet tops. And it could be too because there's a lot of wireless activity going on with the internet, wireless phones, and I even have a wireless intercom, and plus all the other TVs surrounding it are weakening the signal as well. So no need to worry about infringing other signals because these senders are so low on the wattage that they don't even travel outside the home. So as you can hear, I got the sound up on each television, but because all the TVs are turned up, you can't even tell what's being said, and therefore there's no way that I believe that there would be any copyright infringement because the sound is scrambled, as you can hear. But we're primarily waiting for the happenings, the simulated happenings of each channel going off the air. And just to kind of give you an idea of what the channels are that I'm using for this simulated setup, I'm using channel 16, channel 25, channel 33, channel 62, I believe, and I think the 5th one is 30. Yeah, 30. So in just a couple of minutes here, we're going to relive the transition of analog fading away. So I'm going to stand about right here because we're getting a good camera scan of all the signals being transmitted from each TV. And I have the lights on as well, so that way you can see the images real clear. And I thought it would be neat to have the same brand of TV doing this simulation, so you can kind of see the quality of all the sets at the same time. Now, as you can see, the upper right TV just went to snow. So we're down to 5 sets with a signal going through. And actually what I've done is I've set up the timers, because each sender has a timer, plus the cable box has its own timer. I've set it up in minute intervals, minute increments, because now you could see the bottom right TV just went off the air. Now the bottom left TV went off the air, so we got 3 of them left. I'm going to try to hold still so you can see at least the last two go off. The sixth one doesn't have a timer, but we can do that when we can do that as a simulation of a low power station. That's a way we can simulate that. Okay, we got just 2 sets left with an analog signal. The upper middle and the upper left. And you can tell the scanning of the shading on the vertical. I tried to synchronize the vertical hold on all of them as best I could. That bottom middle one is a little bit fast, so I might have to slow that one down just a little bit. Or maybe speed up the other two. I'd rather slow it down a little bit rather than speed it up. So now we're still waiting for the top middle one to go. There, it just went. So now we got the 1 set left, and before we deactivate that one, let's just scan around the channels. And I got to be careful so I don't knock off the top sets off the bottom ones. Okay, see, there's the same channel that's on that one over there. Okay, you can see that there's nothing else available. Okay, now I'm not sure where that one was set to, but that's okay. We don't need to worry about it. See, same thing here. Nothing there. The same thing's going to be on this one. Nothing. Just that one channel. Same thing on this one. Nothing. Except for that one channel. And then of course this one. Nothing. So that leaves one TV left with a signal, and in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. That's what we get on analog. Nothing. Absolutely nothing. Now remember, 6 years ago, the original Fox 62 and W52DS were still on the air when the high power transition, when the high power shutdown occurred for the transition. So those two channels were still in existence. And then I would say in November of that same year, channel 52 went off the air. And then I think it was April, it was either April or August of 2010 or 2011 that 62 finally went off. So that's it. That's what analog looks like now. There's nothing available. So if I didn't have those senders, I'll just show you. I'll show you on this bottom left TV here. See, if I didn't have those senders, I would have nothing on these TVs. We're going to turn off the sound so that way you can hear me better. Oh, let's see, where am I? I'm trying to find the... Oh, here we go. There. I couldn't see where I was. There we go. Now, as you can see, stepping back, that's all those TVs would have, unless they were hooked up to the cable system. But as far as over the air goes, nothing at all. In fact, let me show you on a little portable TV that I have here. This is a new one. I don't think you ever saw. This is a this one's called a... What brand is this one now? I gotta look and see. Huh. Can't find the brand. Boy, that's odd. Well, anyway, you can see this is a 5-inch TV. And I'm tuning on the band. This is just the UHF naturally. And there's nothing there. Here's VHF high. That's 7 through 13. Nothing there. And here's VHF low. Whoops. Oh, sorry about the little jerkiness there. I forgot about that step. There's a little step. See right there. There's a little ledge there that I forgot about. And when I went to step back, I kind of tripped. So, but anyway, that's the VHF low, and as you can see, there's nothing there. Now that looks like a bleed-in signal maybe from the cable system. But as far as a clear picture, nothing. Nothing at all. So that's where analog stands today, and I believe as far as true analog signals go, I think it's totally gone. Totally gone in the whole world now. Unless there's still some low power stations floating around somewhere, which I think some YouTube users I was watching, I think they said there still may be a couple of low power analog channels on the air still, but as far as around here, there's nothing. At least here in the Youngstown Warren area, there's nothing. Now I believe WLFM or WFML, I think it's WLFM. That's channel 6 in Cleveland, the low power station. I think they're still on the air as far as video goes, because they're broadcasting on 88.7, no, not 88, 87.7, because that's channel 6 on VHF. And the reason they have a video signal going is because I think it's still required that if you have an audio signal on 87.7, then I think it's required that you have to have some kind of video signal on channel 6. That I don't know for sure, but I thought that's what I had read, unless it's changed again. So if somebody has done more recent research on that, I'd like to know about it, so I would know, I'd know more details about that. But anyway, there's the history of the simulated DTV transition that occurred 6 years ago today, June 12th, 2009, and today is June 12th, 2015. And believe it or not, it's the same day, which is a Friday. So how's that for an actual anniversary of the big TV history? I think that's pretty interesting. So that's the end of an analog era as far as the simulation goes. Well, not really. Not really. Because what I'm going to do now is I'm going to pause the video and I'm going to turn on the signals again, so that those of you that were curious on how television came on the air with analog, we're going to do that now. So I will be right back after everything is reset, and we will watch the simulated analog sign on when TV first developed over 50 years ago. Actually, it's over 70 years ago, because I think it was in 1930. I think it was in the 1930s or the 1920s that television had started broadcasting. So anyway, for those of you that never saw that occur, we're going to give you a simulation demonstration on how analog came about on the air. Hello there, it's Music Man 0150 back again, and if you recall, in the first part of this anniversary celebration of the DTV transition, we had shown that the signals had gone off. Now, for a lot of you that don't remember how analog TV came on the air, we're now going to do a quick simulation on how it actually got activated on analog over 60 years ago. 60, 70, approximately 60 or 70 years ago. So, as you can see, all the TVs are blank screens right now. So, we were waiting. Oh, there's the first one. Oh wow, that volume is loud.
Control of just ants. Their label says so. Bugged by more than ants. Get Ortho Bug Begun. The
There we go. That way you can hear me better. Okay, there's the first one.
Gives you year-long control of just roaches. Their label says so. Got more than roaches moving in. Get home defense. The label tells
I'll wait for the second one to come on, and then what I'm going to do is just kind of activate the rest of them by hand, because they're on remote switches. The senders are on timers and remote switches. So we're just going to kind of hurry the process a little bit, so that way I can get these TVs put away again, so I can keep them well preserved. This was a good way though to get these fired up and running to see how they work. And what's nice is they're all the same size, and you could see all 6 of them. So now we're waiting for the second one. It should be coming on pretty soon here. Of course, you got to remember when analog started, I'm sure it took a long time for it to really activate properly. So we're kind of simulating that that experience right now, as you can see.
Get twice protected 2-for-1 bundles at Rent-A-Center. Get down a Sharp 60-inch smart TV and then choose any 32-inch LED TV in the store both for just $29.99 a week with no credit needed. Only at Rent-A-Center. Yeah, you can do that.
Everyone needs a BFF, even your smile. Colgate Optic White toothpaste goes beyond surface stains to whiten over 3 shades. In fact, it whitens more than the leading express whitening strip. It's your smile BFF. Whiten more just by brushing. Now let's strip into a creaminess mask. Color sensational creamy mask. Made in New York. Unique matte cream formula meets bold pigment color for our skin.
Okay, there's one that came on. I just did that manually.
As if summer weren't hot enough already. Your girls are back. Oh my God! Congratulations! It's more scorching hot drama. If you continue to smile like that, I'm going to smash your face and smoking hot mama, resulting in record-breaking heat. Mistresses 2-hour season premiere Thursday night 8 Central on ABC. As horrible as it must have been to have Lauren crash your engagement party, at least it wasn't your wedding. You make a valid point. Look, I'm not discounting your pain, it's just the opposite. I know how it feels.
And there they are. They're all back again.
As she walks in,
They're all back again, just like it used to be.
deep down, you're never going to be able to compete with what they have.
And naturally, this was just a simulated demonstration of the analog turn on. Now we'll go ahead and turn all the sounds down.
With the riff about how you're just being you. About how stomping all over people who care about you is just the loop Spencer way.
My dad was just about to tell me.
My mom is at home devastated.
There we go. Now, as you can see, that one up on the upper left, that's a simulation on how analog may have started back in the early years. So, let's see what we got here.
Don't come late. You might not get a seat.
There we are. So, there you go. There's a little simulation on how analog got started over 60 years ago, roughly. I thought it was fun doing this, you know, a simulation of the analog turn-on, you know, on how it used to occur back in the early years. And of course, you know, sometimes during the years of analog television, you know how the stations would go off due to maintenance or maybe a power outage or something like that. Well, that kind of simulated that too. You know, when it went off the air and then back on the air. So now, as you can see, all 6 televisions have a signal going through, and the top middle one, as you can see there, that's one of the Roku players. I forgot to start the program again. So anyway, that shows a little technical difficulty on what the real analog station might have had at the time. So all in all, it turned out pretty well. So I'm going to now end this video so I can clean up these TVs, put them away again, and that way they'll be preserved for future usage. I'd like to, you know, someday maybe get a set of shelves and have these TVs on them where they can be hooked up and plugged in and running, like a miniature surveillance system, which that kind of looks like. If you look at the size of the screens, you could almost imagine that being a simulated security system or surveillance system, because I don't necessarily have to have TV signals running through there. I can have cameras running through there and make it like a simulated surveillance system and be wireless. So that's an idea that I might consider doing one of these days, or one of these times that I can afford to get the cameras, because that's all I need are some extra cameras, and be able to do that. So anyway, let's go ahead and wrap this up for now, so I can get things cleaned up and put away, and we'll do more videos later on. Probably maybe do another one tonight, and if we want, maybe I could show you again on these setups, like we did on the night of the actual transition, where I had different televisions connected up. So we may use this setup tonight at midnight. So until then, have a great day wherever you may be, and feel free to leave a comment, because I would love to hear what your thoughts are on this simulation happening of analog going off and then analog starting up over 60 years ago. I thought it would be really neat to celebrate the 6th year of the big historical event of television. So thanks for watching, and we'll be back with great videos in the future. Hey, it's me again, MusicMan0150, also known as Gary. And before we ended this, I wanted to show you what the TVs look like in the off position, so you can see exactly what TVs I did use for this entire demonstration. And as you can see, these are all, well, just about all of the RCAs that I have now that are 12-inch black and white. And I showed you the other two that were in the media storage room. But you can see how all of these are very, very close to being identical. There's some differences in them, slightly. For example, the backs are designed slightly different and slightly colored different too. Like these two here on the bottom, this bottom right one and this bottom left one of them actually has a brown back rather than a black back. And this one up here has a brown back, and this one has a black back, and this one has a black back. And what I've noticed about this white one and the other white one that I have is, and I think I showed you this in another video, but we'll do a quick review. The holes, the vent holes on this one go up and down. They're vertical, as you can see there. And on this other white one that I have here in the studio, I mean not in the studio, the media room, the media storage room, see how the holes go horizontal or across? The vent holes go across on that one. So it's slightly different. The other thing I'm going to do too, there's the yellow one. You can see how that one's identical otherwise to the other 7 I have. But anyway, what I was going to say was, before I put those TVs away, I have my little labeler, and I'm going to number them in the order that I had received them. So that way they have a reference number on them, and they will be they will have a unique number, so that way if I would happen to get any more of these RCAs, then I can just number them, you know, as I get them. Now this one here, which is the replacement RCA rescue set, that one I'm not going to number because it's a different style. The only ones I'm going to number are these here. You know, that they have the simulated controls in the actual position, the same position. See, this one has the bright and volume on the bottom of the tuner knobs, whereas these have the bright and volume on top of the tuner knobs. So I'm going to go ahead and label those and then get them put away. So I will not be doing more on this particular video, because once I label the TV with a number, then I'm going to put it away. So we'll do more videoing a little bit later on, probably later tonight, if I'm not too tired. Otherwise, we'll be back sometime in the very, very near future to do more for you. Okay? So thanks again for watching, and have a great day, and feel free to leave a comment.